So, hey, we got some special guests coming up. We got Texas head coach Rodney Terry coming up here in our second hour. Let's continue to talk about roster movement and different college basketball storylines. So, we're actually going to have a special guest tomorrow night. I'll unveil this. It's Colin Gillespie and the Denver Nuggets are in town to play the Rockets on Tuesday. Gillespie, obviously, part of multiple Final Four runs at Villanova, so he will be here in Houston trying to get in the media space, which I'm excited for him, excited about. While he's playing for the Nuggets, he'll take a night in that space and be here at the National Championship tomorrow. So speaking of Gillespie, Villanova, out of all the storylines this week, the one that made me go, whoa, in the back of an Uber was Justin Moore putting on a video on a Friday night that, yep, I'm coming back.
I'm Friday night news dump right there.
That was a Friday night news dump from Justin Moore. When Justin Moore says, I'm coming back to Villanova, what did that say to you, and what does it mean for the Wildcats in year 2 of the Kyle Neptune era?
That was surprising to me. I don't know if you guys had heard the rumblings that I had heard.
Yep.
But I thought Justin Moore was gone. I thought he was going to enter the portal. I thought he was going to try to find a new place to play. I would have thought that he's another DMV guy.
He is.
I thought that he was going home, or thought there was at least a chance that he was going home. So when we got that alert that he was coming back to Villanova, I was pretty surprised. I also think it's enormous. It's huge for Kyle to be able to keep him around because we didn't get to see the full Justin Moore this year. We saw the full Justin Moore last year.
He's fantastic.
We saw the full Justin Moore 2 years ago. And when he is at his best, he's an All-American caliber player.
Oh, I think he's preseason player of the year right now.
In the Big East?
Oh, yeah.
Are you assuming?
I think he's that good.
Are you assuming Adama Sanogo's gone?
I don't care who comes back.
Oh, there you go.
I don't care who comes back.
You are just leaning all
that
the way
man's
in.
the NBA.
You're leaning all the way in. All the way in.
Listen, I'm only saying I will get, let's just say we fast forward to 48 hours from now, Sanogo wins the national championship. Tell me something he's accomplished that Justin Moore hasn't.
Here's the thing too about Justin Moore. When did he come back, John? What date was it that he came back?
It was February.
Okay, so starting February 8th.
Yeah.
Villanova
Creighton.
went 6-2.
Right around then. Or Providence, end of January, Providence.
Yeah, end of January.
Very
so
end.
his first game back, they lost their first 3. After he got reacclimated to where he got comfortable, Villanova went 6-2. You don't think he's a difference maker? Now you get a full season of him being comfortable, getting back to his normal self after an Achilles injury. The guys, it was pretty brutal to watch. Like, it's hard to disagree with Randolph at this point for him being preseason player of the year, barring Hunter Dickinson going to Georgetown. Mm-hmm. Like, who else would you put in that spot right away unless Adama comes back? Crap, the Big East is good next year. Gosh, what a league. It's going to be really, really good.
Bryce Hopkins.
Not for player of the year.
Yeah.
First team, not player of the year.
And we'll see how the portal shakes out. But
Yeah, I love how we're doing
I'm
all
happy
these,
for Kyle Neptune.
We're doing all of these predictions right now, and none of them are going to matter.
Yeah, I'm happy for Kyle, though. That's a lot about Kyle as far as rebounding for Villanova, getting him back, getting a guy like Justin Moore, who would have been as impactful, of right up there with Hunter Dickinson type of impact transfer if had he been in the portal when he didn't go in. So credit to him. Congratulations to Kyle.
I mean, he needed it.
Oh, my gosh, he needed it, yes.
Because you look at what else is on that roster.
Yes.
I mean, Mark Armstrong comes back. I think he's actually going to be pretty good next year, right? Mark Armstrong is a sophomore, will be really good. Jordan Longino is going to end up being a really good defensive player, but they lose a lot of their guys.
Yeah, they do. They lose a lot of their guys that have meant a lot to that roster. I mean,
today's episode of the Field of 68 After Dark is presented by our partners over at Underdog Fantasy, the easiest place to play college basketball pick'em, where you can win real cash prizes simply by picking player stats in this weekend's Final Four games. And pick'em, all you do is pick whether a player will go higher or lower on Underdog's projected totals, whether it's points or rebounds or assists or all of them combined. If you're like me and you think Adama Sanogo is going to go nuts this weekend, pick higher on his points projection, pick higher on his rebounds projection, maybe throw in a lower on Matt Bradley's scoring totals, a higher on Isaiah Wong, whatever it is that you like. Put them all together, and if you hit them all, then you can win as much as 20 times your money on a single game. Underdog's slick mobile app is easy enough that dummies like Jeff Goodman have even figured out how to use it. So go to UnderdogFantasy.com FieldSixty8.com or download the app and use the code FIELD, that's FIELD, to get a 100% deposit match up to $100.
They're
Does
in
Dixon
a
have
position,
another year?
He does have another year.
think he has a year, right?
another year. He has another year, but you know,
I think
it's
a guy like that's the key, though, for them.
Yeah, he
the hardest
does a lot
thing
for
is
them.
finding a guy like that big, that Jenkins-type big, that spreads the floor, that defends the 5. They're just going to slide. Finding a 6'5", 6'6" wing
yeah.
in the portal is a hell of a lot easier for them than to finding a guy to replace
said. Yeah,
Eric Dixon or Jenkins.
It's so true. And Eric Dixon is one of the most underrated players in college
Absolutely.
basketball. That kid he's a truck. He's a Tonka truck inside. I mean, he takes people down. His physicality is special. He rebounds the basketball at an elite level. The point is here, and I want to tee you guys up on this, like they are set up to be a factor in the Big East, and yet they're probably going to be picked 5th or 6th in the Big East.
Depends
which
on
is
the portal.
insane. It depends on the portal, but they're still, even if they portal great, they'll probably be picked 3rd or 4th. They're not going to be picked 1st or 2nd in the Big East.
Outside of UConn, and then who?
Well,
next year's
Marquette
roster.
brings everyone back. And they won the Big East regular season and tournament. The coaches are not going to vote them any lower than 2.
True.
UConn.
UConn.
I'm not saying UConn. UConn will start. They'll be.
What about
favored.
Creighton? We don't know exactly who they're going
We
to
don't
have
know what
back.
they're gonna
We're
have
waiting
back.
to hear.
Yeah.
They're an intriguing team here now because at their best, they're probably top 5.
Xavier.
Well, Xavier, we don't know what they have.
We don't know what they
Yeah,
have.
but Sean's going
What's
to get
the-
somebody now.
the
Sean's
best-
going to get somebody.
The best conference in college basketball next season will be
It's too early
Big
to tell.
East.
Most storylines in the Big East right now.
Right
it's
now, the
impossible
best
to know.
stories of the Big East with the coaching, let alone.
It's going to be the best conference in the country too. It's not going to be the toughest because they're going to have those teams at the bottom of the league that don't look as good. Butler, DePaul, whatever.
But right now, you're still going to have to go. You're still going to have the same conversation with the Big 12.
Yeah, but here's the thing in the Big 12 is you're not. We talked about this the other day. You're not getting that double round robin anymore.
No, you're not. You're not. You're not. But scheduling gives you the advantage in the Big.
You are getting Houston. Oh, Jesus.
The Big East.
Yeah,
now, if you
yeah.
take
You're right, I forgot about Houston
Now,
for
if
a
you
second.
take Houston's team from this year and you added that into the Big 12, it's just one more team.
And
do we get a Big
BYU
12
ain't bad.
Do we get a Big
Yeah,
12
but-
Big East challenge again this year?
Yeah. Yes, that gets incorporated.
Oh, buddy, buckle
Big 12
up.
Big East Challenge in the,
Buckle up.
the last year of the Gavitt games as
And
well,
that
from what we
matters.
know, I think.
That's going to matter.
Yeah, the Big East, Big 12?
Yeah, it matters.
Oh, that's going to matter. I heard one matchup and I was salivating.
All right, so don't tell us, don't break any news here. But if you guys, TLRC, I want you both on this. The one matchup next year, Big 12, Big East Challenge.
Who should play who?
Who do you want? You go first. Who do you want? What do you want?
I want UConn and Kansas.
Okay, that'd be really good.
And then the other one would be.
I got a better one than that.
Go ahead.
What do you want?
It's a tough one. There's so many good teams in both
Oh, my
leagues.
gosh.
I got one.
Texas,
I got one.
Can I
Texas
give you
Great
mine?
would be
No.
good.
Texas Marquette.
Texas Marquette would be great.
Texas.
Yeah,
The
that was
Shaka
gonna be
revenge game.
Texas. That's
Shaka's
gonna be my
revenge.
second one.
He's coming back, baby. You better watch out.
That would be spicy. That would be wild.
That's
They
one of
go
those
from,
ones you got
they
to
go
make
from a
happen.
Rick Barnes Bowl to a
You got to make it happen, right?
Yeah, they're gonna do
Rick
it.
Barnes Bowl this year when Texas played Tennessee. Then you have the Shaka Bowl next year.
Yep.
The Shaka Bowl.
Man, that challenge is going to be nasty.
Yes.
Now I'm thinking of who I want Patino to host at the Garden.
Doesn't the Shaka Bowl sound like a fast food menu item?
It does. It does.
The Shaka Bowl.
The Shaka Bowl.
It's like a poke bowl.
The Shaka Bowl is like a poke bowl, except it gets carded when it walks into a bar.
How about that? How about Shaka getting carded? That was great.
That was wild.
T.O. hasn't been carded at a bar since he was 21.
They haven't
When
carded me in a
If-
long
When he,
time.
if-
when he first had to,
Yep.
bring it on home.
Gives it away.
We're going to bring it on home for hour number one. We're at McIntyre's on Commerce Street. I have to tell you, folks, the vibes in here are fantastic. The smells in here. I mean, I don't know if somebody's grilling a burger or what, but
So,
it smells.
they have
T.O.
a-
turned to me at one point and goes,
Dana,
it smells
Dana,
so good
there
in
is
here.
a food
It's a food truck right here.
there. Right below it, there's a food truck. On the other side
trying to
below
see
us,
what
they
it
have
had.
garbage can beer pong. Okay? Back over there, you can probably see it in the back. They have cornhole and they have ping pong.